Hey everyone, welcome back to Body Bags. We have another label week. The label this week we're going with is Kino. So I actually had a bit of a hard time, thinking what to review for this because most of the Kino titles that I own have already been covered, and I didn't want to redo something if I could help it. But I did have one, and that is The Earth Dies Screaming. Love that title. This is from 1964, directed by Terence Fisher, who would go on to do, Horror of Dracula, Curse of Frankenstein, stuff like that for Hammer. Basic plot of this movie is, how do I put this? Essentially, 90% of Earth has been wiped out. You got this guy who's driving along in this car, and literally everyone is dead. There's just dead people all over the streets and everything. He pulls over. He goes into this pub. It's set in Britain, so obviously a pub, not a bar. He ends up finding a few more survivors, but then after a while, these things show up. They look like guys in spacesuits type things. One of the women, I think it's the wife of one of these characters, runs out, tries to get help from them. They turn around and just kind of touch her, and she drops dead. Turns out they're machines, and basically it's all about these. It's essentially an army of these robots trying to wipe out all human life. Now, what ends up happening, which is kind of weird, I don't really get, but they end up somehow bringing people back to life as zombies with these wide eyes. It's weird. I don't know why, but that's what it is. I'll leave it at that for the synopsis. If it sounds interesting, definitely pick it up because it's a fun movie. Interesting thing also, this is 62 minutes long. It was written, from what I know listening to the commentary on it, this was written as a B picture. But not B pictures like we know them in the States and Canada and everything. A B picture in literally you have an hour and a half long movie, and then after it you have a little hour long, almost short. So it's kind of neat. One thing I did notice about this, the guy in the commentary actually brings this up as well. There's a lot of back and forth, if you will, between The Earth Dies Screaming and Night of the Living Dead. And off the top of my head, I can't quite... I'm ashamed to say I can't remember right now when Night of the Living Dead was filmed. I think it was 68, I'm not sure. But this was 64. So I'm not sure which one came first right at this very minute, but you see a lot of crossover. You got this one character comes in, it's him and his girlfriend, and they're both in a car, and they pull up just what's it called? Barbara and whatever his name, Johnny and Barbara at the beginning of Night of the Living Dead, pull up same sort of way, They also have scenes in this, in Night of the Living Dead, when they're refilling the car, and you just see the zombies moving in slowly from off screen. A similar thing here. They're going to try to blow up this transmitter, and these robot death things are just, slowly walking up on them because they don't move fast. They saunter along at their own little speed. All in all, really fun film, honestly. The effects aren't the greatest. This from what I remember from the commentary, this was made for $100,000, back in 1964. So I don't think that was a hell of a lot of money even back then for a movie. But, The effects aren't great, but they do the job. Um, all in all, the movie itself, I give it, an 8 out of 10. I enjoy it quite a bit. But this is a label week, so we have to talk about Kino as a label. This is a perfect example. This is a movie that has no right looking as good as it does. But it does look good. The picture quality is phenomenal. My only gripe is there are no subtitles on this, which is something that I've kind of noticed with Kino. They have this tendency not to subtitle their stuff. And I mean, sure, you gotta add more. Oh, excuse me, damn. You gotta add more time to the schedule to make the subtitles to, put them into the thing and everything. But honestly, just add them for what it is. I mean, hell, you can probably find fan subs for stuff, that you could just, port over or something. But all in all, still a really fun movie, really enjoyable. It's not like, how can I put it? Around the same time period, you had, like the Quatermass stuff coming out. This is not that level of story at all. But it's just a fun little, invasion film. And it's good. So yeah, feature-wise, this has a commentary, animated image montage, and trailer gallery. Interesting choice of trailers. There's a trailer for The Earth Dies Screaming, there's a trailer for The Satan Bug, and there's some other stuff, it just seems kind of a mismatch of stuff. But all in all, fun release. And Kino are just, they're just a kind of a classy company, I feel. I mean, you put something like this out and you do this quality of a release for it, it makes you, I don't know, just appreciate it a bit more. So yeah, The Earth Dies Screaming. And also, just a fun little thing, if you just want a bit of fun, just go onto YouTube, type in The Earth Dies Screaming by the Staggers. They're like a, I don't even know what you call them, punk country band, and they do a song called "The Earth Dies Screaming." It's a damn good song. Give it a listen if you want. But yeah, 8 out of 10. The Earth Dies Screaming. You can definitely do worse. That's it for me. See you next time.